Well, nearly 2,000 people died that day, almost 22 years ago, and among them, Joseph Mistrulli, who was working in a restaurant on the 107th floor of the North Tower of the World Trade Center during the attacks. He never made it out of that building. And I'm joined tonight by his daughter, Angela Mistrulli. Angela, I truly appreciate you taking the time to be here with us. Thank you.
Thank you for having me this evening.
And I know we are almost 22 years out from those terrible attacks. I know that you say that your dad wasn't even supposed to be at work that day. What can you tell us about receiving that news and the impact that it had on you and your family?
The news was devastating, and the impacts are long lasting. 22 years now that we sit here and we relive through the grief that we experienced that day. But it's also 22 years that we have not had accountability and justice for the murder of my father and thousands of more.
I want to talk about that. I do want to point out, you've been an advocate for other families of victims on the September 11th attacks, fighting for financial compensation. What does every American need to know about this fight?
What every American needs to know is that the families set out 22 years ago to help make our nation safer and to get answers as to what happened that day. Every fight that we pursue is a deterrence factor so that no other family has to suffer through what we have suffered through the last 22 years. We currently have a piece of legislation called the Ensuring Justice for Victims of Terrorism Act in Congress right now. That very important piece of legislation will allow us to hold nations like the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia accountable for their role in providing financial and logistical support to the hijackers. Every time we go through a pursuit like that, it's one more layer of protection that is provided for every other American here in the United States.
And we spoke with John Bolton earlier tonight and asked him if he thought that another 9/11 could happen. And he said yes. He pointed to threats that exist from North Korea, from Russia, the situation in Afghanistan after it devolved after our chaotic withdrawal and the rise of terrorism there. Do you believe that we are vulnerable to another 9/11 happening again?
I 100% believe that. I believe that by the actions that every administration has taken since the September 11th attacks, we have sent a terrible message to nations that wish to harm us. We have provided them with the blueprint of how to do it and how they won't be held accountable.
What does justice look like for your father and all of those other Americans that day?
Justice looks like answers. It looks like providing us with the documents, unredacted, unclassified, telling us exactly who participated, their level of participation, and holding them accountable to the fullest extent of the law.
Finally, Angela, I just want to ask tonight, what do you want our viewers to know about your dad?
My dad was the rock. He was a wonderful man. He was selfless. He put everyone else above and beyond himself. And like you said earlier, he wasn't supposed to be there that day. My parents were leaving for their first ever vacation by themselves. And he got called in a few hours before the towers were hit. And the last time I spoke to him was the night before. Never did I imagine that would be the last moment I would hear my father's voice.
What do you think that he would think of the work that you continue to do, the fight that you continue to fight, the advocacy that you continue to push forward?
I think that he would be extremely proud. I think that I am a lot like him in the fact that I'm never going to give up. So where I ask our nation to never forget us and stand with us in this pursuit to justice, the families, we will never give up this fight for justice.
Okay. Angela Mistrulli, I know that this is a complicated and gut-wrenching time of year, but I appreciate your work, your efforts, and your time tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.